Recently, you may have heard the term MCP being thrown around. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and in a nutshell, gives your AI client, like Claude Desktop, a way to interact with and take action in the outside world. But to do this, you need an MCP server. Fortunately, Zapier offers an MCP server that gives AI access to the over 8,000 apps already integrated with Zapier. That includes promo industry tools like commonsku, Binated, Liftoff, and OrderDesk, as well as the usual suspects like Outlook, Gmail, HubSpot, and more. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a new MCP server in Zapier, give it access to Liftoff Commerce, and connect it to OpenAI's Response API. By the end of this video, you'll see how easy it is to get started. Let's go. Okay, so here I am at mcp.zapier.com. First thing I'm going to do is click on New MCP Server, and we're going to select a client. This is where you can select Claude if that's what you're using, or OpenAI. There's a couple of coding environments that you can connect to. We're going to use OpenAI's API for now, and we'll call this our Liftoff MCP server. And let's create that server. And the next thing we need to do is add a tool. So these tools are essentially the actions or abilities that you're going to give this server. So click on Add Tool, and I'm going to look up Liftoff, and here we are. We've got the Liftoff 1.4.1 connector, and now it's going to ask me to select what sort of actions or data do I want to give this access to. And I think in this case, I want to give it some customer lookup and role based actions. So let's first do role. And so I searched for role, and I want to get the customer role member ID. Yep, definitely want to do that. And it's going to ask me for an account. I already have an account set up. And then it's going to ask me how I want to handle the different fields that are required. For all of these, I'm just going to let the AI generate the value. So I'll click Save for that. And there's probably some more that we want to add, so let's do that as well. So what I just let it do is get a customer role member ID. I also want it to get customer roles. So let's give it that ability. And we'll add some more. So far it can get the customer role member ID for a specific role, and we can get the customer roles themselves. Let's see, get customer roles with IDs and names by the customer ID. That sounds pretty good. Why not? But there's going to be more. Now, I could select all this add all liftoff action here. I did try that earlier today. It didn't work. So I'm just going to kind of pick and choose these. I anticipate we will need the customer role member ID. That is the ID that is assigned to the instance of a customer being assigned to a role. So that sounds good. Yes, save. We're almost done with the roles. Let's see, update customer role. Don't really need to do that. Add customer to a role. Yes, definitely. Let's do that. And I saw the remove one. Let's do that too. Why not? Good, good, good. Now, I also need the AI to be able to interact with users as well. Specifically, they're going to need to get the user ID. So let's see what we got here. We can add create customer. Nah, don't really want it to do that. Get a customer by customer ID. Nah, it's not going to be helpful. Let's do get customer ID by email address. That's perfect. And you'll kind of see how these all come together in just a moment. Okay, so we've added a bunch of tools and abilities for our MCP, and we need to connect it. So I have clicked on the Connect tab, and I'm just going to copy this API key. And now we can go to our playground in OpenAI. This is at platform.openai.com. I already have a new project I set up called Zapier MCP, and I need to get this connected. So under Tools, I'm going to click this plus button and choose MCP server, and I'll choose Zapier. I'm going to paste that API key in and click on Connect. Cool. So you can see all of those tools that we added to the Zapier MCP server show up in this list. Great. All right. So the next thing we need to do is provide a system message. You can think of a system message as like the default prompt. So I am going to copy and paste that from another project. And you can see we are simply giving it a little bit of information about what we want it to do. You can pause if you want to read the whole thing. Great. Okay. Let's chat with our MCP. And I'm going to ask it to interact with this customer right here in Liftoff. And so let's take a look at the roles. So currently the roles that are assigned are out of stock and test for this customer. So let's try, please remove customer eGranada at promopilot.io from the test customer role. And it's going to get to work. Let's see how it does. So we can kind of see what it's doing. First, it's going to get the customer ID based on the email address I provided. Then it's going to get the customer roles with IDs and names so that it can get the ID of that test role. And then it's going to remove the customer from the role. And we can see here, it says customer eGranada has been successfully removed from the test customer role. Let's refresh Liftoff and see if that is indeed the case. Amazing. It took my user out of that role. Let's, for fun, just ask it to add it back. Okay, says it's done. Let's give Liftoff a refresh and see how it did. Amazing. Guys, this is really neat. I have only scraped the surface in what you can do with MCP, but I hope that this video has given you maybe some ideas about how to get started, whether you're using OpenAI or Claude Desktop as your client. MCP, very cool. My brain is hot from thinking about the possibilities. I sure hope that you have a fantastic afternoon, and we'll see you next time.